bees, Korean and Hōsh and dress. Our world will never be the same. Heroes in the fray. Every hive they find, they exterminate. Call killer bee guns today.
We got a bin in there. We got everything we need, I think, to do this.
Really? You got the therapy? You got the straight jacket, the therapy, and the Thorny?
Yes, sir. Come on, Lois.
Here we go. We're going in. Hopefully we don't fall down any of these. What?
Oh, I believe, yes, we should actually show people.
I did.
Oh, you did? Well, that's just how you are.
That's how I am.
That's how he rolls.
All right, Bean.
What the hell, Sinky? All right, Killer Bee Nation, we're in the middle of it. We're gonna be in war here. I'm gonna move some of this shade.
They're in here, guys.
So I'm gonna pop that off.
Yeah.
Pop off.
Colonel Pop
Pop off.
Yeah.
My
General
non-favorite
Pop off.
vodka.
Yeah, he's Putin's favorite.
Oh, puking. Pop off.
Look at this.
Pop off vodka, Pukin's favorite.
Look at this.
All right, here we go, guys.
Oh,
There we go. Well, here we are. We're in it already, aren't we?
yeah.
Is there a comb?
Yes.
All right, so you can pull that off.
Okay, you know what? This is gonna be crazy.
Woohoo!
They're gonna be fucking
Big
insane.
old hive.
Okay.
Oh, lordy lord. We might just have to bust it up. Look at this. You get stung already?
No, not yet, but I'm anticipating.
They're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Old hive. Look at all black.
Honey.
Oh, we had honey already. Holy shit, Killer Bee Nation.
Yeah.
So this is one of those deals where we got complaints, of course.
Here.
Oh boy. Yep. There's honey. Yep. Wow.
Okay, so
Look at that.
the
Honey
stud stops here. So it's just
already.
in
Oh,
here.
I got a guy pulled up. I gotta go out. And
Okay,
talk.
okay.
What's going on?
Okay.
Holy shit.
Well, we should probably wait for Reed. Who is it? Is it somebody he knows?
I guess.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Of course.
Oh, I think it's Scott. Is that the guy we were just talking to?
It is. Buddy Scott. I did.
Oh no, they're next door too.
That was a neighboring rancher. They just gave us homemade pickled, dill pickled green beans.
Oh good. Oh good.
Those go good in Bloody Marys.
And where are you from again?
Wisconsin.
And homemade pickled salsa. And he drove that down just for us.
Look at this.
Well, somebody asked why you don't burn the building. We don't own the building. There is an
And
owner
also, we live
of
in
the
the
building. Yeah.
You know what happened in LA
It's
recently?
just like, what are these people smoking? It's just like burn everything. It's like they've been watching The Purge or something way too many
Purge,
times.
Yeah, burn it, burn everything.
All right,
Well, I wish I had a flamethrower.
Well, where's the?
I don't know. Let me look here. Oh, it's behind you. Here we go. All right, look at this huge hive. Now they're not completely nuclear, which
No,
is just
I
fine.
thought they were
'cause we
gonna
got,
be.
You know, that guy that just gave us those canned. Look at all that honey, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I see.
We might have to make room because this could go up. If there's I doubt there's a fire block in here.
Right. That's
Because
the
you know how
question.
it is. Look at that. That's all honey, everybody.
Yeah.
This is treasure. This happens this time of year with really old hives.
Oh, there's a fire block.
There is a fire block,
Yep.
so it might go up beyond that, it might not. You know what, Lois? Go ahead and
Yeah.
hand that to me, and I'm going to show everybody from this angle. Angly dangly. Oh, yeah, hi, everyone, it's me, yes, indeed. All right, so look at this shit. That is pure honey,
Yeah,
wild
it's-
honeycomb. You got it? All right. Wild honeycomb, Killer Bee Nation. Look at that, will you? Holy shit. Here you go, Lois. Lois on the camera. That's so nice of Scott. Wow. That is pure, wild, the rarest honeycomb in the world besides pecan honeycomb. And we're actually kind of close to a pecan orchard, so
We were this morning there.
Yeah, we went, and there's just one up the street actually, that we removed a huge hive from 25 feet up, hanging off a limb.
Oh yeah.
It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Look at this.
Wow! Look
That's
at that
all honey.
killer bee.
You put that up in the
that
sun?
is-
Oh, there we go.
that is 15 pounds or 20 pounds of honey. Look at this killer bee nation. Look at that. Pure honey. Now it's a little bit darker. I can see the honey right here. So it might be, I gotta smell it. Pecan. There's pecan in there. The rarest comb in the world. Wow. Wild Africanized honeycomb. This is absolute treasure. Yes, we're gonna sell it. You goddamn right. Oh my God, I mean, Hōsh, this is amazing, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
So this is brood.
Oh, look at this huge piece that he's got going on here.
Yep.
Oh my God. So, when it's that big, we call it the devil's tongue.
Yeah, brood on both sides.
Brood on both
Put
sides.
it in the sink.
In the sink.
Yeah.
Wait, does it need washing? Anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So the brood comb, unlike the honey,
take it home.
is where they, this is good for the chickens. This has got larvae in it, and the larvae doesn't do us any good at all. This has got some honey in the top, actually, Hōsh.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Yeah, so I'm breaking that off, of course.
Good.
So the larvae, which is where this is honey, so we're saving that. And I can tell because it's a lot heavier also, but this is where they raise the babies. This is all brood comb. And, yeah, they're kicking it out springtime in the Rockies, and so they're going to be kicking out a lot of babies, and I mean like 2,000 every damn day. Wow, this is we have one more hive in this building to get, guys. We're making it safe for this neighborhood, like old Scott that gave us the. Look at that, more honey.
Yeah, a lot.
Holy!
Look at
cow.
that. That's really heavy.
Wow!
Look at that.
Oh my God! Holy crap! That thing weighs 20 pounds. Holy shit! Incredible, Killer Bee Nation. This is what we do. This is what we do. It's like treasure hunting and actually finding something. Which is kind of odd, huh? Compared to what usually happens. So these bees, even though they're not completely nuclear on us, are Africanized. You can see how they all look like honeybees? They are honeybees. They're Africanized honeybees. And they, it's genetic. The difference is genetics. Wow, I'm impressed. Is that another sheet there,
Yes,
Hōsh?
it is.
Oh my God. And there's honey.
Wow.
We're getting a lot out of this, Lois.
Yeah, a lot of propolis too.
Oh, darn.
Good for that baking.
Yep.
Oh my God. This thing has been here for years. I mean, like decades with how dark and big
Now
it
there's
is.
a lot of pollen in this one.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I don't know where the hell they're getting it from.
That's propolis.
Okay.
But there's a lot of pollen. There's
Now,
a little
one
brood.
hive like this is enough. You know, an average hive in the summer will have 100,000 of these things in it.
Yeah,
And would be a normal big old hive, that's for sure.
it would be.
Well, yeah, never again, hopefully, because any kids playing over here, any ranchers monkeying around, these bees will attack a weed whacker from 100 yards away. So they gotta go, and also, of course, like we keep saying, they're a deadly invasive species.
Yeah, well, they're just a horrific problem for the environment.
Horrible, yes.
They inbreed the native plants. They compete with the native bees for resources.
Did they attach that to the wood?
Yes,
Oh.
directly. It's
Oh,
amazing.
that's a pain in the ass.
But I mean, lots of propolis.
Well, that's true. That'll make some good lesson, that's for sure. You doing okay over there, Lois?
Oh yeah, just practicing my squats on top of pieces of glass, you know.
And what about the Tupperware?
Oh, the Tupperware, I think it's keeping me safe.
Yeah. Okay.
You know how Onyx likes that Dutch oven.
For Christ's sake.
Inside,
It gets worse, Killer Bee
inside
Nation. It
joke
gets worse.
here.
Here, that's
Wow.
eggs.
Oh, that's
Or larva.
Marvy
Pupae.
larvae. Actually, you know what it is?
What?
It's it is. You're right. There's eggs on it. It's fine.
But there's pollen here.
Oh, keep the pollen.
A lot of pollen, a lot of propolis.
Well, in another month it would have been a lot more than this, but it would have been mostly nectar.
Right.
Because the wildflowers would be out.
Right. Honey.
You got
look
more
at
honey?
this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Man, those slabs are unbelievable.
Yeah, they're really something.
Whew.
Really something.
That is some beautiful stuff.
We got to get this in the freezer.
So Reed, do you want to maybe talk a little bit more about why there's more nectar with more wildflower?
Oh, well, yes. Now, So this whole thing is, these guys are the ultimate preppers. Let's think of it
So
that
let's
way.
close this up.
And make a hole up there. Yeah, I knew you were going to go for that. There we go. All right, I'm going to set this up on the kitchen counter.
Just like Aunt Marge used to do.
So we're gonna poke a hole in that a little bit further up and see if it goes up. I doubt it does. It's very rare. They usually stop at something like a fire block, and there is none.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a full-on hive. So what? The reason that I'm totally shocked, Killer Bee Nation, that there's any honey in this comb that we're getting. That indicates a very old hive, and this is honey from last year, the year before, the year before. They store more than they need. All right. They're hoarders. They're Vikings and hoarders. They're absolutely horrible. So they eat on it. Now, last fall, all of this was full of honey.
I think we can use some of this in the Viking.
Oh, okay. All of this was full of honey. And so they eat it. That's their pantry. So it's kind of like their freezer, and these are hungry man dinners. Hungry woman, because they're all female.
Yeah.
Hungry man dinners.
Yes, they are. They're frozen dinner. They're hungry bitches dinners.
Yes, yes.
Because they're really evil little females. I'm sorry, it's just the way it's science.
Just how God made them.
Just like God made them. Because each of these bees you see flying around, which even though they're not trying to kill us right now, doesn't mean shit. They're still Africanized honeybees. All of them are worker bees, which are undeveloped females. You ride with it from there. I don't know. You just take it as far as you want. But they are, and those are the ones that'll kill you, that's for sure. They also do all the work. They're called worker bees for a reason. They do all the ironing, all the dishes. What? They do.
Somebody's going to slap you here soon,
They do
Reed.
the They do the laundry. They vacuum.
They vacuum.
They vacuum. They make sandwiches.
Muck out the stalls.
I love their honey sandwiches.
Sometimes they put poison in them.
Oops. Oh boy.
Well,
yeah.
Well, if they do, they do.
If they do, they do. So.
If they do, then there's a Lifetime original series.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen just once or twice or even 3 times. It happens.
It takes a long time to kill a guy.
Episode after episode.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to kill a guy,
Flowers
don't
in the attic. Flowers in the attic.
I used to be so scared of
Flowers
that
in the
movie.
attic. Is that like an actual show?
There was
or something?
an old movie about a grandmother who was poisoning her grandchildren with cyanide.
Madre de Dios.
And they had to
God
stay in the
damn.
attic.
Horrible.
You
They had
are
to
horrible.
stay
You
in
live
the
out
attic.
God, you are so full of
I
bullshit
was
than
so
I am.
scared.
I did not write
I
it.
was
No, you
scared
just made it
for
up.
it.
He didn't
Christie.
write it because he can't
Agatha
write with
Christie.
the gloves on.
Good thing I had a nice granny, because otherwise I would have been scared of her that I'd be in the attic too.
Well, we have to let you out once in a while then there, you know.
Okay, so nectar and
Oh, yes.
wildflowers.
So, the nectar is, of course, what they collect from the flowers to bring back to the hive to make into honey. When they collect the nectar, it's about 97% water. And through a process of dehydration, yes, with their little wings, dehydrating it literally, and mixing it with enzymes in their honey stomach, bee barf, well, it's actually real. It's not bee shit, it's bee barf, which is much better. Through that process, it can take them up to a month to turn it into honey. It might not. It depends on the nectar that they're getting. So when the nectar is turned into honey, it goes from 97% water content to about 17%. Any more than that, it'll ferment, and you end up with honey wine or mead. Oh, darn. Right? So when it is done in the hive, they put a cap on it, just like a lid on a canning jar. And so they feed on that all winter. They store all this up for winter, for hard times. Around here, maybe drought, in the desert southwest. We're in Cochise County, Arizona, just north of the international border with Mexico, about maybe 40 miles, something like that. And so they will feed on it all winter long. That's why there's not a lot of honey here right now. Oh, I'm shocked at what we've gotten so far, because we're in the middle of March. And so the spring flowers, now we've had some rain. That's awesome. Which will make we say it's a high desert, just add water. It'll go nuts. So we will get spring flowers, which is great. And then these guys will go nuts and do it again. Then they'll collect the nectar and do it again and store it in it. Honey never, ever, ever goes bad. So whether this honey is 10 years old in this comb or a month old, doesn't make any difference. It could be 1,000 years old. They found honey in Egypt in the tombs for 4,000 years old, still just fine. It's really amazing. I like sci-fi doing what we do every damn day. Wouldn't you agree, Lois? I mean, this is your second or third month with us.
Yeah,
Isn't it just like sci-fi?
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the bees are
And-
bad too.
Yeah, I know, right? And even, that kind of,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
that goes into somebody here about surviving in winters. Well, typically they don't, but as we're
Well,
realizing that's not true anymore, and they're just
other bin.
adapting. So,
So-
right, Reed, this year we got a bunch of calls this winter, which isn't
We were
typical,
going
right?
all winter, yes.
And we removed some in the snow on
Now
a
they
pecan
don't
farm.
migrate and they don't hibernate. All right, they will hunker down and wait for to warm up, which nowadays is above freezing. But they should not be doing what Lois was just talking about and doing this all winter. That in 30 years ago when I first started doing this, I started keeping bees 40 years ago. God damn. Anyway, they from November till now, the middle of March, there would be nothing. No calls, no bees, no nada. They would hunker down. Now they're getting worse and worse every year, and so we were doing bees in the snow 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
Right, Lois?
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, these things just don't quit. And that's like swarms or new hives, so they will attack in any temperature, actually. 25 degrees Fahrenheit they've attacked. They're attacking weed whackers at 100 yards almost all the time. It's completely crazy is what it is. So that's what Lois was talking about. Now we're going to go look at this other hive, because yes, there's more than one in here.
And these are all Africanized.
Yeah, genetically done.
The U of A has said that Reed sent in samples for 5 years from 93 to 98.
Yeah.
And they came back and said, don't bring them in anymore, right? 'Cause
And what
somebody
does
on
me-
somebody on here is telling us these aren't Africanized. So
Well, now the reason that people say that, and so it's an assumption, is because they're not trying to kill us. That doesn't mean anything. Even a Malinois, who is the rancher that we was just talking to, my buddy Scott, he raises Malinois. Well, they're not, just because they're not killing you doesn't mean it's not a Malinois. Just because a Rottweiler isn't killing you doesn't mean it's not a Rottweiler. Africanized hives do not always behave the same. This next one could be nuts. It may not. We don't know, but we can't risk it. So yes, they are Africanized. They're genetically Africanized, and that's according to the labs in Tucson, not me. And they're good at what they do, so they're in all the lower 48 states now. So there. All right. And then, a word from our sponsor.
yeah, spam.
Spam.
Straight out of Minnesota.
Oh, my Lord. Well, there, by golly. You think we need to zip that up a little bit? Zippity doodah.
Look in here.
Wow. Oh,
there's
get the
doors.
camera over. Pull that out a little bit.
There's doors on. Do you have that tool?
I have the tools. You're looking at it. Oh, tools. Oh, tools.
So there's doors on both sides of this.
Uh-oh, that whole thing is full.
It might be.
Uh-oh, Killer Bee Nation. And they were coming from down below also, Killer Bee
Yes.
Nation. Now, we
So
don't know.
it may be
these
more than
guys-
one hive.
You know, this is interesting to have two hives in one, and if one is spicy and one's not, then
Look,
you'll...
Reed, there's doors here and
Oh,
here.
I see. Oh, my God. This might be the big one, the mother load.
It might be.
By golly. Might be the grandma hive, huh?
Yeah. From whence all the other hives come.
From whence? And what Hōsh means by that is every hive of these Africanized, look, you can see comb, guys, here we are. Every Africanized hive puts out up to 30 new hives a year. That's right, 30 new ones. So there's no shortage of these bastards, and they're deadly invasive species anyway. They're
Look at
all
this.
assholes. Any honey yet, or no?
Yeah.
Hey, Reed, and when people say these aren't in all the lower 48 states, what do you say to that?
Tough shit. Prove it. I don't care. You know, we're in the. I've been doing this for 30 years, and we get reports from people on the ground. Now, the unfortunate thing is that no governmental agency or U of A or Extension or U of A, University of Arizona, University or Extension or anything is keeping track of it anymore. You know why? Because they're everywhere. So they're not going to waste their time on a redundant thing. Is there anything over there, or was that just
No.
Then you know what they did? They closed that door with propolis.
That's propolis right
Yep.
there.
So we're saving that. That's propolis is the tree sap that holds the hive together. I guess we don't really need this saw. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
So, yeah, I don't give a shit really what anybody says about anything because I've been doing it for 35 years. And opinions don't mean crap. I could care
Well, and
less.
also, these people are sitting on a computer behind their keyboard saying it, and we're actually just doing it.
They're doing what?
They're sitting on their keyboard typing it, and we're
in their
actually here
mother's
doing
basement. I know
it.
it's fucking stupid, but whatever, you know. We're out here in the field risking our lives. Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, and all the romance about it. I mean, they're a deadly invasive species. Now, these bees are not doing anything yet.
Not yet.
Doesn't mean anything either, but I'm kind of curious. That's new comb. Get some propolis out of there, huh? I am so. This might go all the way to the ceiling, or if there's a fire block again, right?
Yeah.
That'd be
If
cool.
you need that pry bar, let me know.
I don't. Yeah.
Boy,
hold
boy,
that?
huh? Yeah. I would love to. Let me get this out of the way. So, yeah, any other questions? I mean, there's no stupid questions. Well, yeah, there are. But ask them in.
Here we go.
Might just
Look
give
at
you a
that.
stupid
Look
answer.
at that, Killer Bee.
Ooh, that's
This
pretty.
almost seems like a dead hive.
It does.
It almost seems like a hive the bees have absconded from.
Yes, it does.
And these are robbers. Now, the reason they haven't robbed that, if that's honey down below and not, is that honey or brood down below?
Honey.
Oh, well, they haven't stole it. You know why? It's crystallized.
Yeah.
And they can't.
Yeah.
It's hard as a rock.
Yep.
So it looks as though,
Can you hold that a
yep, got it, yep. It looks as though this is a hive where the bees have absconded. Now, absconding is a phenomenon wherein the bees take off and leave for, we don't know why. I've never met anybody that has any idea why. I'm going to scrape that comb away from there.
Yeah.
We don't know why. I've seen them leave honey, just like this is. I've seen them leave babies, even, brood, just up and leave. And I don't know why. I have never figured that shit out. But there's plenty of honey for us in here, and if nothing else, brood, right? Look at that. Look at the size of that.
Right?
Yeah.
That is honey down there, huh?
It is. It is. It's
Wow.
all honey.
Here, you want the... You know what? If we can cut one huge, long piece out of here,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Look at all this propolis we're going to
I know. I see it.
Holy shit. If you can pull some of that back, well, you know
Well,
what
that's
we
what
have
I'm
to
into.
do?
and
But we have to break it
yeah,
up here.
We got to break it away from the.
Right.
It's always safe to eat honey if it hasn't had any chemicals in it. So
Right.
if you
No, this
haven't,
is totally safe.
no, somebody's asking if they found some under their kitchen sink in a beehive. Sure.
Yeah, as long as it's not contaminated with anything.
Exactly.
It is how honey was eaten for centuries, for thousands of years. It was only from under people's kitchen sinks. What? That's what he
Whoa!
That scared the crap out of me.
The ghost of Christmas past.
Ghost of something passed. The ghosts have passed out. All right, so I'm going to try to get a nice long, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just to show everybody how awesome we are. Arrgh! That's tough stuff, dude.
I know.
Holy crap. I think you can pull that back a little bit, or you want to pry some more of that out.
Yeah. Let me see.
That drywall is a pain in the proverbial.
They've built.
So honestly,
Up against
before
it.
the invention of... Do you want the pry bar or no?
Yeah.
Before the invention of the white bee box, which was in the late 1800s, honey was eaten like this. This is the only way that honey was eaten. And that was whether it was kept in logs by people, kept in, there used to be all sorts of cool, they would build these, it's amazing, in Europe, they would build these incredible structures that were shaped like mythical gods and demons and whatnot, and would have did you know this, Lois? They'd actually have the beehive entrance at like the groin area of this mythical creature that they would carve and paint. And then they would, to get into it, they would have doors in the back of it and have to open it up, or they'd have the bees going in the mouth, right? Or in the belly button or something odd. And then when it came time to harvest, they would open up the back. They'd have a door in the back, and they'd open up the door.
They have a door in the drawers.
They had doors in the drawers. That was for Wisconsin in the back there. That's right. The drop pants there. Yeah.
Draft? You need to leave room for the draft.
Yeah. So they
Dutch oven.
but to get it out of there, out of any structure that it was in, you had to cut it out and destroy the hive and start again next season. So that is how honey was eaten for thousands of years before the invention of the white beehive, which came in the late 1800s. So all the people, modern people,
Shit's flying now.
all the bees.
And I ain't talking about the bees. Oh, jeez. Yeah, right. I don't have my safety goggles on.
You got your safety suit on, thing. This is an absconded hive. Kind of
Wow.
interesting.
Super interesting. We don't see a lot of them.
No, we don't see a lot of this because these Africanized honeybees are so ornery, they don't abscond. But
Oh,
they did,
jeepers.
whatever. So,
Well,
to get it though, they would have
it's
to mush
really-
everything up, huh?
It's really up there.
I think it goes all the way up.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow, what a deal! There it is.
Look at this. Yeah, I would just want to get a single reveal.
Oh, the whole thing open.
Yeah.
Should we take the saws out and cut it?
I just don't
Everywhere.
want to get the dust.
Right. So then the white bee boxes, which is the only way that people know how to get honey now, is out of fucking plastic squeeze bears. Right? You know? The little honey bear thing?
Yeah.
I mean, before that, this is the way that honey was eaten for thousands of years. And so, yes, this is safe to eat. Of course it is. This is not... It's honey. Also, nothing can live in honey. Bacteria can't live in honey. Literally. Mainly because it's hydroscopic. And that means that it is very low in water content and will suck the... If a bacteria cell gets near it, it'll actually suck the water out of it, act like a sponge, and break the cell wall and kill the bacteria. That's very simply it, actually. So, amazing
Look
stuff.
at this. They're dead.
They're actually dead. They froze out then. Or something happened.
Right?
Yeah, there's dead bees up there. All right,
Hold on. Hold. Yeah.
Maybe scrape that away a little bit.
Yeah.
And of course, now people say, "Oh, dead bees, dead bees." In a normal hive, that's what the noise I know that they make. In a normal hive, 2,000 bees are born and die every single day. 2,000. Now this was a big hive, wasn't it?
Okay, look out, Lois.
Yeah.
And you actually already showed people the skeletons around, right?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about skeletons in the closet. Right?
Dude, this is crazy.
Now, Hōsh did see them coming and going up top
Yeah,
also.
but they might have just been robbing.
Well, I think they were robbers. Yep. Which is why they were coming out below, above, and everywhere. Because when bees are in a hive that's existing as their home, they will use one front door. Oops, you okay?
Yeah.
Calm down. Or don't. He's just trying to get this all open so you guys can see it. Otherwise, we would have already been cutting it up.
Yeah, I want to show the whole thing. Look at
It's
this.
amazing. Yeah.
Look at the size.
You're going to need
of
to
this.
get a ladder. I mean, this is
Yeah.
what, you got 6 foot of comb so far.
Right?
You're going to need a ladder?
No.
Not me. Wow, I'm impressed. This is a huge hive. Holy crap.
How far away from Benson are we?
Benson is over the mountain.
Not far enough.
Not
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking awesome, Hōsh. Oh my God. Benson is about 40 miles over the mountain. The Dragoons are right over here, and it's on the other side of the Dragoons. So we got Tombstone. It's about 40 miles or something. Longer than that driving. We'd have to go up to I-10 and over that way, or down to Davis Road or Gleason Road over and take it up from there. So who's in Benson?
I know
don't-
somebody
I don't
asked
get-
how far away from Benson, or if we were close to Benson.
We're in
so-
Cochise County. So, you know, in Cochise County, if it's less than 60 miles, you're close.
Yeah. I think Hōsh
Look
just
at this.
likes pry barring this and taking out some.
I don't like it.
Yep. I know what you're going to do. I know what you're... Oh. Well, good that the other one would open up too easy, huh? We'll never get out in. Oh, there it goes.
This is why you should always build with a fire block.
Yeah. The hell, it's a B block. We just changed the name. It's
Look
a
at
B
that
block.
bullshit. You see that?
Oh, they started building over there. Look at this, Lois. Little tiny tidbit up there. They started building on that side. That is so ridiculous, these goddamn bees.
All right.
Cutting?
I think we're going to start cutting.
There you go.
Look at this, everybody. Behold! Look!
We're putting the bee back in behold.
Look, everyone!
Look, everyone, here. All right.
So, Reed, we have someone asking if honey is an antibiotic or if that's a myth.
No, it is. It's the truth. Good question. Honey isn't an antibiotic. It's also an uncle biotic. And a junior biotic. Senior biotic. That's close to the border. Oh my God. So that is honey. No, it's been robbed a lot. Okay? Yes, it is an antibiotic because of its hydroscopic nature. So we just talked about that a little bit ago. So you can see where they've been picking through. It kind of looks like it's been pecked by a bird. Well, they've been stealing. The robbers have been stealing as much as they could, but they can't steal the crystallized stuff. It's like a rock. So we'll use this for Viking. This will be made up into Viking honey. Totally wonderful and edible and incredible. Nature's gift. Nature's gift. It's just, that sounds so.
Yeah.
Humans are so fucking arrogant.
Yes.
They made it for me.
Nature's
You know,
Yes, Mother Nature.
Mother Nature's
Yes.
a bitch.
She's pretty tough.
She's pretty tough, all right.
Stern.
Well, I like her.
We will not be
She
moved.
punishes me. She's German.
Mother Nature is German.
German, yeah, by golly. She got her own flagellation tool, and she used it on me all the time.
We
But now,
will,
Lois?
we will not be moving the bees. That was another question.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, well, first of all, we don't relocate an invasive species. So get your heads around this, folks, because...
Look at this.
What do you got?
That's all
Oh, my...
That's all honey.
Now look at
Holy
that.
mother of honey.
So this is Satan's tongue.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that sure looks like it.
You dragon.
I thought that was just, who's got the long tongue? Is it Gene Simmons?
Me.
Yes,
No,
that was
Gene Simmons.
Me.
Are you Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm Eugene Simmons. You said Eugene Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene Simmons.
Okay, let's see this in the
Look
sun.
at this, guys. Get this in the sun.
Yeah.
Look at this shit, guys. You'll never see this anywhere else because we're fucking awesome.
It's huge.
That's the only reason. Isn't this amazing? And the honeycomb's pretty cool too, huh?
I know, right? Look at that tongue.
So, Satan's tongue. Okay, I'm gonna leave that
Dude,
alone.
look at this.
What do you got?
That's all honey. Look.
Wow, we are getting some beautiful comb out of this. It won't be just...
It's like a 5-pound piece.
Yeah, it is. It's a 7 or 8 pound piece. Good grief, guys. This is absolute treasure day. I mean, wow.
Hey, and make sure you stop by Killer Bee Honey Shop in Bisbee on Monday to get yourself some
And
good
now
old
a word
Viking
from
honey.
our sponsor.
Yeah, now we're from our sponsor and the lady who'll be working in the honey shop on Monday.
Monday.
You know, I'm really glad we got to this before the wax moths.
Oh, you know what?
Wax
Okay,
moths.
Hōsh has a good point.
Okay.
The scourge of beekeepers, and this would have happened when it warmed up, are called wax moths. And this has not been touched. So these bees absconded recently. And so wax moths are, you ever heard of waxies, like for fishing? That's what the larvae are. And they are horrible on beehives because the larvae are great big white grubs like this, but the moths themselves are little tiny things. But man, they get it. They eat wax. They eat beeswax, and they are the scourge of beekeepers. And they will get in and they make this webbing, and they shit everywhere, and it's really disgusting. And so, if they would have been in here, we would have had to throw this away. In an unmanned hive, an unbeed hive,
Unwoman.
an unwomanned hive. Oh, look at that more. Look at this, guys. More comb. This is absolutely amazing, Hōsh.
Yeah.
Total haul. And look at this other sheep behind, guys.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother sheep behind.
It's mostly pollen and nectar.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. But there's some honey there too.
Wow. So, what the fuck was I talking about? Something important.
Wax moths.
Wax moths, that's what
Thank
the fuck I was talking
you.
about.
Whoever
Thank
that
you.
is, I can't quite see, but
Look at this.
My CRS kicks in pretty
Yeah.
bad. Oh, look at all the bees, frozen or dead. Yep. Now, I can guarantee you nobody came in here and has been in here since we were left.
No.
You know, all the locals, they all know these hives are here, and they won't let their kids near this place. Because
Like-
they can't.
Like the neighbor Scott next door. Okay, so wax moths. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank
Okay,
you.
fine. So they are really a scourge, and that's how we know that this was recently absconded or gone. And maybe in another week or two, especially with it warming up, wax moths would have found this, laid their eggs, and man, there would have been larvae everywhere, big fat fucking worms, and they're disgusting. They're really, and they will ruin a hive. So we're very fortunate because we're getting quite a haul today. It's awesome because sometimes we don't get any honey at all, especially this time of year. Old hives like this we're fortunate to run into because this time of year we don't get much honey. In the fall, get this, guys, in a normal year we get over 3 tons of honey that we get paid to remove. We don't keep bees. No. We do not relocate them. Let's get back to that. Okay. When people say save the bees, which ones? Okay. Are all bees great? Of course not, because it boils down to whether it's bees, grasses, birds, whatever the hell it is. It boils down to, in our day and age, in our world that we live in, where there's world travel all the time, everywhere, it boils down to invasive versus native. Period. Okay? Invasive versus native. So then, let's take it one step further. Look at the size of that.
Pollen.
Oh, that's pollen. I gotta show everybody.
There's
Okay,
a little-
somebody don't let me forget what the fuck I was talking about again. All right, so I gotta show everybody what this is. It's another tongue from Satan's. So, can everybody see the little? These cells are like half full. That's all pollen, probably from last year. That's bee bread, they call it, and it is just the food of the gods is what it is. That stuff, holy cow, that'll all go into our Viking honey. All right, so refresh my brain again. Oh, native versus well, my
Invasive.
My CRS didn't kick in too bad there.
That's all your all the plants,
No, CRS
anything.
stands for can't remember shit, so just so you guys know. So when people say save the bees, fine, great. Which ones? It's not a broad, general, sweeping blanket statement, although it is for most people. It shouldn't be, because it turns out that you've got your invasive and native. Okay, wait a minute. Honeybees are a destructive, European honeybees are a destructive invasive species. Yeah, that's right. Why? Because they compete with native pollinators, and also an invasive species has never benefited the native environment they've invaded. Ever. Period.
Not
That's
even
it.
once.
Not even once. Even how... Everybody take off with me. With me, take off your Winnie the Pooh fucking glasses. Okay, just take off the Winnie the Pooh glasses. Put down the honey jar, the little plastic one, and look at me for a moment. Because... they're an invasive species to the Western Hemisphere. There were no honeybees in the state of Arizona before 1872. Ever. Oh, that's some
Here.
dramatic music
Here,
with
have
that.
that.
Something or other.
Have that.
Yeah, have that.
I want to cue in some like soap opera Young and the Restless music right now, you know?
God
Be so
almighty.
dramatic.
Oh, so dramatic. So European honeybees are a destructive invasive species because they actually do drive off native pollinators on flowers. Look up native pollinators. Google it. It's too much to go into here. And just do it right now. Do it in front of me. Do it again. Okay, do it again. Now, with the Africanized honeybees, which is what we deal with, and you'll see on all of the rest of our vids, the Africanized honeybees are a deadly invasive species. Okay, so we went from invasive species to destructive invasive species to deadly invasive species. Oh, joy. Where can it go from here? So, we are pro-native bees. Yeah, I'm a self-pollinator. That's the other channel.
Yes, the other channel.
The other
It's
channel.
Reed's OnlyFans channel.
I'm my only fan.
I
I
can't recommend it enough.
I can't recommend it at
If
all.
you're looking to
I can't
waste
recommend.
time.
I
No,
can't.
I mean-
I can't recommend it at all, to be honest with you.
Somebody earlier had asked what Viking honey is because why we keep talking about that.
Oh yeah,
and why
my golly,
it's so
okay, the
rare
Viking,
and special.
Okay, Viking honey is literally how, besides the wild comb. Remember how I was talking about bees in white boxes, and then this, which is before the late 1800s when the white bee boxes were invented. This is how honey was eaten for thousands of years. So when you get honey from a situation like this, and you literally mush it up, warm it up. You put it into a cauldron back in the day, I guess, and you'd warm it up in a double bath, water bath, warm it up enough to break it all up, get it flowing enough, warm it up enough to get the pollen and the propolis all mixed in with the honey, which isn't anymore, because there is no honey, there is no pollen or propolis in the honey you get at the store. The beehives, the white bee boxes, are made so that they're not that way. This has all of it in it. So what we do is very primitive, very hands-on, and very old school. We mix it, toil, boil, toil, and trouble. Takes all day to make it. And because you're mixing and warming slowly, don't want to heat it too much. You know, overheated honey is not good, etc. And mix it so it's all thoroughly mixed. Strain it, of course, because for some reason people don't want bees in their honey. I don't get it either. Anyway, strain it, and that is the old school way, and I called it Viking honey. I started doing this. We're the only ones in the country. I started calling it Viking honey because when I was doing it as a mead maker, I was using it to make mead, and I would, taste it and then drink the mead from it, and I go, this is what the Vikings used to drink and eat. This is literally what the Vikings used to drink and eat. This is how they made it. This is how what they did. That's why I call it Viking honey. You can't even get it on our website at killerbeeguy.com. It's so rare. You either have to get it from our Bisbee store or our Tombstone store, which you can look up. I can't give phone numbers out on social media. They'll spank me and shit. Ow! And so look it up, Killer Bee Guy, killer bee honey, Bisbee and Tombstone. You call the stores and see if we have any. We should have some later this week.
And come on Mondays in Bisbee when you can.
Yes, because that's when Lois works. So, and now a word from Lois.
Now we're from Lois. This has been really fun, actually. I haven't been on one of these huge, like, bee hunting with pounds and pounds of beautiful comb.
You're right.
You know,
you were on the
adventures
vicious
yet.
one. You were on the vicious one, the first dive at 25.
Yeah, this is beautiful. You know.
Thank you. But what do you think about the comb?
I know, right?
Okay. Anyway, so. Well, invasive,
Why we don't
destructive.
relocate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we don't relocate. I mean, yes, they pollinate. Yes, these bees pollinate. And yes, they do better. They do everything better. The problem is they do it better than our native bees. They're like a robber coming into your house and stealing all your stuff that you took years to accumulate. And they were better at moving it really quickly than you were at gathering it. But that doesn't make it right. So these guys are robbers. These guys are Vikings. These guys are hoarders. They will kill native pollinators on flowers. Yes, or drive them off. But with the Africanized, they're deadly invasive species. So this is our main focus, along with, yes, they kill us, our animals and livestock. Every week, just in Cochise County, they kill a dog, a horse, or a goat. The average number of killer beehive removals in Tucson every year, 10,000. Now, that's not the number of hives that exist. That's the number of removals that are called in for people, for exterminators, and for professionals like ourselves to go remove. 10,000 just in Tucson. All right? There are no more bumblebees in Tucson because of these damn things. So when you say save the bees, let's get our minds right. Let's get our Winnie the Pooh glasses off and focus on what is real, what is good and what is bad, because whatever you believe doesn't mean shit about anything, actually. Especially about native pollinators and invasive species. Everybody thinks, oh, honeybees are so great. Someone actually even said one time, well, isn't it better to have them than nothing? No, it's not. They inbreed our native plants. They cannot pollinate them correctly. They're just hoarders. That's all. So we are doing our little tiny bit, one hive at a time, and doing a goddamn good job at it and looking great the whole time. Hōsh, how are you doing over here?
We're getting there.
Where?
And originally,
I've been doing that for decades.
somebody had asked about earlier, you know, the invasive species. Originally, the European honeybee came over from the colonists because
Correct.
they wanted honey like they had back home.
Yeah,
That's
it.
how they came over.
Hōsh has done research and found copies of letters written by colonists back to Europe saying, send my hives, there are none here. And so when they got here, Native Americans hated them so much they called them white man's flies. Yeah, and that was the nice ones. This is all honey here, guys. Look at that. Honey. Honey.
Yeah.
Sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Does it work? Anyway,
So again,
all
you know-
this technical talk.
Yeah, when people talk about them being pollinators, sure, but they're not natural pollinators for anything that's here in North
No, they're not
America.
native here.
Right.
Yeah, they're...
Pollination is not just bleh, some simple homogenized
No, it's
thing.
a very fine-tuned.
Right, and so you've got native plants that co-evolved alongside native pollinators and native bees. Lock and key, they pollinate these plants. They co-evolved, and
Over millions of years.
over millions of years, and honeybees upset what is called the pollination cycle. Everywhere they're introduced, they brought in, as an experiment, they brought honeybees in to the Canary Islands, and with a day, they disrupted the pollination cycle.
right.
The native, natural pollination cycle that was meant to be for that place. They studied, they said, how long is it going to take for this thing to get interrupted? Within 24 hours, they noticed problems arising amongst the natives. So they're colonists in every sense of the word.
And yes, they do kill people. They killed 3 people last summer just in this county alone.
Yep. Just in Cochise County.
yeah.
Extremely rural. I mean, we are in bumfuck. You know, if you want to Google where we are, just Google northeast, south, and west of bumfuck, and you can pin it. We're right there. I mean, there's very few people. It's the Wild West. Tombstone is right over the mountain over here. Tombstone, Arizona. The international border is about 40 miles that way. New Mexico is about 50 miles that way, or maybe 40. I mean, we're in the middle of the Wild West right here. 3 people in this county alone. Nobody even keeps track of it anymore. Nobody keeps the record.
And I think, you know, for people who aren't from here, haven't been here, like I was before I moved here,
Right.
I knew nothing about him either.
Right.
But when you come down here and you talk to these people, even, you know, neighbor Scott next door, they know about them, and they know, for the most part, they know to stay away, they know to
The old
call
ranchers,
us,
yep.
except for one of the guys who didn't and, you know, gets
Died.
killed, right?
Yeah.
So
They're like I have to say,
they know this is serious down here, and
I
so
tell
yeah.
people the honeymoon's over.
Yeah.
Literally.
Can't believe all these dead bees.
Yep. Well, it happens. Absconded. A bunch of them absconded. And you know, they don't give a shit about each other, these bees. In a hive, they're individual cells of an organism. That's all they are. And so they just don't care about each other. The only one that matters is the queen. That's it. Other than that, and then neighboring hives, like this hive and that other hive we just did, they would fight to the death. They will fight. They're enemies of each other. The only reason they will visit each other is to steal honey. That's the only reason. They're all enemies. They're total Vikings. They're absolutely horrific. Oh, you're getting there, dude.
Yeah.
And
Can
you know,
reach that?
again, all lower 48 states have been these have been reported, as well as into Canada, right?
Yeah, Ontario and Alberta.
Yeah.
They killed a beekeeper in Connecticut. There was
New
a stinging
Hampshire.
incident in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2018,
2018.
yeah.
Big stinging incident. We get reports from local news reports. People send us, the Killer Bee Nation sends us, emails us and whatnot, reports in their areas about attacks, and it happens all the time. Surprise, Arizona, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
10 people attacked.
Kids.
Kids ride their bikes by. This guy didn't even know that well, if he did know they were there, he didn't care, but they were 20 feet away from his mailbox in a water meter box, and he went out to check his mail, and all of a sudden they decided to light up and go nuts. You got
It's
it.
all dry because that's where they're robbing.
Well, son of a bitch.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. So, anyway, they are a deadly invasive species, and so take off the Winnie the Pooh glasses.
Take them
please.
right off.
Take them right off. Do it now. Put on the beer goggles. Because everything looks better at closing time.
right.
You know what I mean.
Wow, look at this, dude.
Oh my God.
Two of these things
I did
full.
not expect 2 bins today, Hōsh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
we do have a high saturation rate of the Africanized
That's all
killer
there
bees.
is.
That's
As far as
kind of the
honeybees go.
difference.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as honeybee go, it's 100%. Do we have the putty knife somewhere?
It's in there.
Oh, fine. I don't care anymore. Anyway, it's 100% here according to the labs up there. Now, it may not be 100% in Connecticut. It may not be 100% in North Dakota,
Not
but they
yet.
are there.
Not
And
yet.
not yet, exactly. Not yet. They will be. It will be because wherever they are, they take over. They will come in and kill. I mean, there are so many good vids you can see, and our full vids are on YouTube. All right, so we're going to wrap it up.
Let's wrap it
Yeah,
up.
to wrap it up. Great day, you guys. Thank you so much for coming with us. Killer Bee Nation, we love you guys. Go to killerbeeguy.com and get some honey. Do it now. Okay, do it again. Okay, do it in front of me. Now do it behind me. Ooh, now do it in front of me again. Ooh, Satan's tongue, Satan's tongue. Oh, what? Anyway, all right, Killer Bee Nation. I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. We love you. We love you. Hōsh, do you have anything to say about these little bastards?
You got to stay away
And the
from
bees.
these
I meant the bees.
abandoned buildings in Cochise County, Helen, Arizona.
Yep.
You got to stay away from them. Every single one of these places we get into.
Oh.
This isn't the first place we stopped today.
Nope.
We are at other places.
They all got honey.
They've all got them. And they're sitting here empty, abandoned for years and years and years, and they're just growing bees. If you got bees coming and going anywhere on your property, honeybees that is, stinging honeybees coming and going anywhere on your property, call an exterminator. Never relocate a feral honeybee hive. Always exterminate them. You're not doing anyone any honor or serve. What the fuck am I talking about? You dishonor me by relocating honeybees. And so you see honeybees coming and going out anywhere in your property. Those are called feral honeybees. You didn't put those bees there. They put themselves there. You got to call an exterminator. Feral honeybees inbreed our native plants. They compete with our native bees for resources. They spread diseases to the native bees. They're just bad news all the way around. Call an exterminator, never relocate. We'll see you guys on the next job. Save America's native plants, America's native bees, America's native pollinators. Later on, everybody.
Killer bees are swarming. Crossbred in Brazil in 1950.